facts you might not know. From the biggest flops to the greatest hits, this is Trash Can Tidbits.
Hi everyone, welcome back to Trash Can Tidbits. I'm your host, Beaton, and I'm ready to bring you some more fun trivia for the week. Last time, I asked the question, true or false? In real life, David Duchovny is the skeptic and Gillian Anderson is the believer. The answer is true. Believe it or not, although the characters have unique beliefs regarding the paranormal, in real life, the opposite is true. That might have aided in their chemistry and added to the opposites attract traits of Scully and Mulder. Now, with that addressed, let's get started with fact number 1. Did you know that Dick Van Dyke's vocal coach for Mary Poppins was a longtime Disney voice actor? Actor J. Pat O'Malley, who actually worked with Dick Van Dyke on his classic sitcom in one episode, had made a name for himself on stage and played various characters in several Disney films. All of them were British, including Tweedledee and Tweedledum in Alice in Wonderland, Jasper and the Colonel in 101 Dalmatians, and Colonel Hoppy the Elephant in The Jungle Book. He apparently tutored Van Dyke on how to do a Cockney accent to play Bert the Chimney Sweep in Mary Poppins. However, O'Malley's Cockney accent for Jasper was much more believable. Ironically though, O'Malley was actually Irish. Fact 2. Did you know that out of all the movies in the Nightmare on Elm Street series, only one of them has a lead protagonist that is male? For the second film, A Nightmare on Elm Street 2, Freddy's Revenge, the main character, Jesse Walsh, played by actor Mark Patton, was chosen by Freddy Krueger to be his literal puppet. What's interesting about this film, though, is that while it wasn't originally intended to be that way, there were many instances where gay eroticism in subtext was hinted at and clearly suggested. Jesse even screams like a girl in many scenes, and even Mark Patton himself is openly gay. Today, even though it's inferior to the other films in the series, it's generally accepted that Nightmare 2 is the unintentional LGBT entry in the franchise. Fact 3. Did you know that a movie and a TV series released a year apart about the same kidnapping subject both had live actors from the same country playing the same role? In 2017, the Ridley Scott film All the Money in the World was released, which was about the 1973 kidnapping of teenage playboy and heir to the Getty oil fortune, J. Paul Getty III. His grandfather in the film, Jean-Paul Getty, was originally supposed to be played by Kevin Spacey, but Spacey was fired and replaced with Canadian actor Christopher Plummer, who was closer in age to the real Getty. In 2018, a TV miniseries about the Getty kidnapping premiered called Trust. The senior Getty was played on that show by Donald Sutherland, another fellow Canadian actor. Coincidentally, Kevin Spacey also appeared with Sutherland in the films Outbreak and A Time to Kill. Fact 4 comes once again from my friend Beasley Drohan. Did you know that the Marvel Cinematic Universe has featured the musical talents of several beloved Disney songwriters? It dates back to 2010's Iron Man 2 with the song Make Way for Tomorrow, written by Richard Sherman, one part of the Sherman Brothers duo known for writing songs for classics like Mary Poppins and The Jungle Book, as well as for Disney attractions like It's a Small World and the Carousel of Progress, whose theme song, There's a Great Big Beautiful Tomorrow, which is being referenced in Make Way for Tomorrow. Then, in 2011's Captain America the First Avenger, the song Star Spangled Man was written by Alan Menken, who was behind many of the songs from the Disney Renaissance of the 90s. Finally, more recently for WandaVision, they got the songwriting team of Robert Lopez and Kristen Anderson Lopez to do the theme songs for each episode. They are known for providing songs for the Frozen franchise, Winnie the Pooh, and Remember Me from Pixar's Coco. Thank you so much for that fact, Drohan. That was a really good one. Fact 5. Now, as a shout out to my own species, did you know that there was once a raccoon as a presidential pet? In 1926, President Calvin Coolidge was gifted a raccoon by a woman in Mississippi, but with the intention of the animal being cooked and eaten for Thanksgiving dinner. Instead of eating her, though, the Coolidges decided to keep her as a pet, and they named her Rebecca. She was frequently photographed being led on a leash by First Lady Grace Coolidge on the White House lawn, was a welcome guest during the annual Easter egg roll, and was even given an embroidered collar. To this day, Rebecca remains the only presidential pet to have been a raccoon, and a very unique one at that. Call me biased, but I kinda hope that they make an animated movie about her someday. Fact 6. Did you know that Elvis Presley never watched one of his own films based on one of his most iconic songs? In 1957, Elvis released the song Jailhouse Rock, and a film of the same name came out the same year. Though it remains one of his best-known films, he never could bring himself to watch it for one big reason. His co-star in the movie, Judy Tyler, who played his character's agent and music promoter, was tragically killed in a car accident a few days after filming ended. Tyler, at the time, was also famous for playing Princess Summerfall Winterspring on Howdy Doody. Elvis was so devastated by her loss and refused to watch the film for the rest of his life. The movie and the song Jailhouse Rock, though, is considered one of Elvis's definitive performances. Fact 7. Did you know that the real Maria Von Trapp appears in The Sound of Music? During one part of the song I Have Confidence, Julie Andrews as Maria walks through an archway. Behind her, in the background, you'll see 3 women walking by. The woman in the green dress and headscarf is in fact the real Maria. The 2 women with her are her daughter, Rosemarie, and granddaughter, Barbara. The cameo was reportedly unintentional and happened purely by chance, but afterwards, Maria was a frequent visitor to the set and became a close friend to Julie Andrews. Fact 8. Did you know that the first 2 Jurassic Park movies notably did not include an appearance from a pterodactyl? At the time that the first Jurassic Park and The Lost World were made, the CG technology couldn't handle anything that could fly. All the dinosaurs seen in the films only walked, not flew. As such, a scene that was planned for the first movie where characters were attacked by a group of pterodactyls in a giant aviary was scrapped. That scene, however, would eventually be used in Jurassic Park 3. A shot of the dinosaurs flying away from the island at the end of the movie was also used to show how far the technology had come. Fact 9. Did you know that the singing voice for the male lead in the movie version of the Rodgers and Hammerstein musical, South Pacific, is actually credited in the opening credits? In the movie, the lead male character, Emile DeBeck, is played by Rossano Brazzi, an Italian heartthrob of the time who appeared in such classic films as The Barefoot Contessa, 3 Coins in the Fountain, and Summertime, for which he sang the title song. Brazzi, however, although he looked the part of the handsome Frenchman, didn't have the operatic voice that was needed for the part. Producers Rodgers and Hammerstein themselves selected an Italian opera singer named Giorgio Tozzi to dub Brazzi's singing, and he was actually credited in the opening credits, which is rare for a movie musical. According to lead actress Mitzi Gaynor, Brazzi actually coached Tozzi during his recording sessions to assist in his dubbing. Even more interestingly, Brazzi, although he didn't get to sing DeBeck's standout song Some Enchanted Evening in the movie, ended up recording a version of it himself with his own money, and it became a big hit in Italy. Go figure. Fact 10. Did you know that there is an unused level in Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep? One of the chapters in the game was going to be based on The Jungle Book, but it ended up being deleted for unknown reasons. The level's build is still found in the game and is accessible through a cheat device, though it remains unfinished. However, one location that can be explored in its entirety is King Louis's Temple. It's thought that the temple would have been used for a boss fight of some kind. If I had to guess though, at the time, Disney was in a long legal battle over King Louis's rights with the estate of singer Louis Prima, the original voice of the character in The Jungle Book, which prohibited the level from being used in the game. That's my guess anyway, but who really knows? And here's this week's trivia question. Many of you may be surprised to know that there was a video game tie-in to the movie Batman Begins. It's notable for featuring the voices of almost the entire cast of the movie, including Christian Bale, Michael Caine, and Morgan Freeman. However, one actor notably does not appear in it because of previous commitments, most likely because he was already playing a Dragon Elder in another video game that would come out the year after this game. My question to you is, which actor from Batman Begins notably does not play his character in the video game version? And there we go for this week. I hope you enjoyed this week's list, and please stay tuned for more. And don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and ring the bell to be notified for future videos. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.